Welcome to West Country Wanderings and welcome to Cornwall. I'm back in Cornwall for a short video here today. Well, shortish, not a short bite. I'm here with my daughter and we're here in Par. Caught the train from Liskeard Park, it's only a 20-minute journey. Got a beautiful lake there. I'm just include some shots of some Canada geese with their young offspring. Just also seen two herons. What we're going to do here is find Par Canal. Now the other day we came to Liskeard. At Liskeard we saw Par Viaduct, where the same gentleman built a canal to connect Par docks further up to Ponce Mill, where we can see what we can find of the remains of that. It's actually what's called a canalised, so it's a river, the River Foy, that's been canalised, in other words turned into a straight-edged navigable canal. So we can see what we can find of that. It actually follows the branch line from Par Station to Newquay. So why not join me here on West Country Wanderings for another tour on a canal in Cornwall. I've just seen the Canada geese there with their offspring. There's also some ducklings which the other adult Canada geese seem to be protecting. Not quite sure what that is. It's quite interesting. I do apologise for the shadow. We kind of got to that time of day. It's about 5:30, lower sunlight here. But yeah, really good spot that. We're going off now to have a look at Par Canal here in Cornwall. So before we go on to the canal, you can actually walk through there this way. I'd say the bunny field is to my right. I think they're actually just putting in duck boards across the bit, which is the nature reserve and also water meadow. And then we enter the wood this way. Remembering to check my exposure because it's suddenly got so dark. Turn that down. And we've got beautiful combined both deciduous and coniferous woodland. It's really, really pleasant here in Cornwall on the first bank holiday of the Jubilee weekend, the Thursday. Cornwall's been really busy. I've driven down today to see my daughter. As you can, I did avoid the motorway, the M5, because of the traffic, but it's still busy on the way. But it's nice once I've come in. We caught the train from Liskeard here and it's very pleasant. This part of St Andrew's Pond is called the Bunny Field, and they used to cut the grass really short, which was great for rabbits but not so good for wildflowers or butterflies, and now they've let the grass long and there's a profusion of butterflies, moths and flowers. So we just come on to the other side of the Bunny Field and we have this. They're just putting in some new, well, this path here is a bit strange because it comes to a dead end. I've just spin round. You can see that takes you into St Blaise Railway Freight Depot, where they've got the China clay trains and also an industrial estate. So at the end of the restored section of the path, they've got this wall here. I'm not sure what's going to be on the other side of that wall. This is Par Canal to my right, your left, also known as the Par Canal. And I say the direction that I'm currently walking in takes you down to Par docks. And as I say, this is the River Foy, which has been, the River Par, should I say, or the Par River, which has been canalised. As you can see, it is somewhat overgrown in this section here. Down the end there, you can make out railway signal, and that is the it's one of the semaphore signals on the what I think is the Newquay branch line. We'll go down on the other side. We're going to cross over the canal down here by the level crossing and then walk down the towpath on the opposite side. So there is Par Canal, and you can see how the course of the river has been straightened. So on this side of the level crossing, the road that goes through St Blaise, you can see a sign saying reducing flood risks. And the Environment Agency are doing some work to alleviate flooding in this part of St Blaise. In fact, they've actually closed off part of the towpath that runs alongside the Treffry or the Par Canal here, because you could normally continue down this side of the canal. But we're going to make our way over the level crossing and follow the towpath going towards the main railway line. So this is the Newquay branch behind me, the level crossing, and I say it runs in between both the canalised version of Treffry's Canal and also the current Par River, but they both run parallel at this point. I think that the railway company, in terms of alleviating flooding and that sort of thing, had the river straightened quite some time ago, but they run exactly parallel, which is quite an unusual thing to see, but difficult to photograph because of the busy road that goes across the level crossing here. So being a bank holiday Jubilee weekend, the beaches in Cornwall, I would imagine, are very busy. Places like St Ives, Bude, Perranporth, Looe, which is not that far from here. They'll all be very, very busy today, and I'm glad to come somewhere a bit more quiet, on one of my favourite places with my daughter, alongside of canal and a railway, of course, so got the best of both worlds here on this bank holiday Jubilee day. So just seen something interesting here. We have some granite sets. So I'm actually on the towpath. There's the granite sets. There is our canal, Treffry's Canal. Gentleman that built, should I say, the viaduct that we saw in the earlier video at Luxollian. And then down there's a long line of granite sets, and they continue along here. Now I used to live in western part of Cornwall, and they're in a town called Redruth, and there was nearby was a small light industrial unit, and they had some granite sets very similar to these run through the middle of it, and they had a reservation order, I think, or probably being listed, I'm not sure. But yeah, don't think I've seen a reference to the tramway alongside the canal, but this certainly looks like that is the case, and I'm not sure whether the tramway predated the canal or whether the canal came after the tramway. If I've got some more information on that, I will drop that in the video the usual way below. Lovely purple rhododendron just over the riverside of the Par River, if you know what I mean. That's not the canalised, even though it's been straightened. As I say, I think that's to do with flood alleviation many, many moons ago. And as I say, the canal runs parallel on this side. Just come up a bit further along the towpath. You're now looking at the Par River, and that's not the canal, and you can see there where the river has been straightened. You can make out the wall which has been built to make sure it's straight. So you could have mistaken that for a canalised river. So we've just come back to where our canal goes underneath the Newquay branch. In fact, it's not just the Newquay branch here, it's also the entrance, or the exit if you like, of the freight depot, St Blazy, where all the China Clay trains are, well, some of them, because some use the Foy branch, more of which in another video, I think. But here we have this narrow bridge. Now that certainly reminds me of a certain bridge at the ocean in Stonehouse on the Stroudwater Canal, which, as you will know if you've been following my channel at all, has been replaced, or was replaced, over the Christmas New Year period. If you're just watching this, just to let you know that the towpath reopened yesterday, I believe, Wednesday, and I will be doing a short bite video on that. I'll probably do it as update 9A or something, just to show you that. I'll film that next week and upload that very, very soon here on West Country Wanderings. This is our St Blaise depot, and there's 3 lines of China clay trains there parked up today. And I think that's because it's a bank holiday today, so there's no freight movements on the railway for China clay today. It'll probably start again, maybe Saturday, maybe Monday. But yeah, so I've not actually walked. I've seen it from the Newquay branch, the depot, but you only get a glimpse as you're flying through, heading up to Newquay. This is the closest I've ever been to that depot, so it's really, really interesting. It is quite an extensive yard. I'll just do a clip of the OS map so you can see the extent of St Blaise yard here in mid-Cornwall. Behind me here at St Blaise, oh sorry, the sun's in the way. Behind me here where St Blaise depot is, probably make out some green doors. Well, they're actually the original sheds at St Blaise. No, they're no longer used, and I believe there is still a turntable sat there which was used to turn the locomotives, and they could be stored, certainly back in the old steam days, at this point here at St Blaise. We're here at St Blaise. We've come around the side, which is now light industrial units. It's quiet here today because it's a bank holiday. I'm walking on the tracks there. And amazingly, you can still see the roundhouse. In fact, it's called Roundhouse Industrial Estate. I've just managed to get some photographs of the original turntable, which is still in situ here in St Blaise. And you've got these wonderful buildings which would have been used as the locomotive repair workshops back in the steam days. And actually the chimney has been recently restored and repointed as well. So yeah, amazing spot here. I'll include some photographs of that as well. Now this towpath, well, what a bit of the towpath alongside the canal here at Par, comes out onto Main Road, and when you turn right, before you get into the St Blaise railway depot, there is a level crossing. And the level crossing is there because there is a railway line, it's still extant, but it's mothballed, I guess, that ran from St Blaise depot down to Par Docks. And I think if you look on YouTube, there was a steam train that visited Cornwall, went along all the branches, I think maybe it's gone into shadow, 10-15 years ago now. And you can see a steam train running along Par Docks there, and it's great to see that the level crossing gates are still there. I couldn't do a piece to camera right in front of the gates because it's just very, very noisy with traffic there. And I've took some monochrome photographs of the railway, and you see it has been cleared recently as well. No sign of activity on the rails. You can see they're quite rusty, but they're still keeping it clear and well maintained if they ever need to bring it back into use to reconnect Par Docks up with the railway again. So apologies for the confusion. So the channel that's down to my right, your left at the moment, that is the Southwest Water Irrigation Channel, which was built in between 1977 and 1979, and it runs exactly parallel to Treffry's Par Canal. Well, I hope you have enjoyed today's wander here on West Country Wanderings in Cornwall. I had a bit of a canal for you, and I apologise for the confusion of the exact location of Treffry's Canal. Got to get confused with the Southwest Water Irrigation Channel. And we also had that magnificent turntable. I think that was the highlight of the walk for me, seeing that there. I hope that is going to be preserved, and hopefully maybe it can go on to one of the many steam preserve lines in the country. Well, until next time on West Country Wanderings, hope to see you again soon. If you enjoyed that, or if you've been to this part of the world and seen that turntable, or you can provide me with some more information, both myself and other viewers would love to hear from you. Until next time on West Country Wanderings, take care of yourselves, look after yourselves, and I hope to see you on West Country Wanderings again very, very soon. All the best for now. Cheers. Goodbye.